Hey, I'm your old friend Amnesia.
They say if you ride back for the old camps late at night, you can still hear them. The voices of the West. Tonight, one of the most legendary of those voices rides with us. A rancher, a husband, a father,
Maybe.
and the most honest outlaw to ever have half his brains eaten by a wolf and somehow turn out more intelligent. A vicious gunslinger who never could outrun his past. We welcome Rob Wiethoff, the man who brought to life John Marston. Pull up a stool, grab a drink, and get comfortable for a few rounds on John. No grand plan, no speech from Dutch, just good stories and good company.
I'm Sam.
I'm Zaya.
And this is the Outlaw Haven. Quick announcement before we get into today's episode. We now upload the videos of our episodes on YouTube and Spotify if you prefer to watch. We also have merch available, including special edition guest merch with Sean McGuire and John Marston. The links are in the description for the episode and in the link tree in our Instagram bio.
I pretended not to hear that part. We every now and then, I think we did kind of laugh about the fact that Jack kind of does look a little bit more like Javier than he does John, but I don't know. It's just a mustache. You can make your mustache look any way you want. We all know that, right?
I mean, that was like one of our things that we have written down in our thing to talk about was like all the John theories. And that's, of course, going to be the first one that we talk about. Well, our theory is that Dutch is the father.
Yeah.
That nose.
That nose.
It's the nose.
It's purely the nose.
Well, according to Dutch, he very well may be.
Mm.
So we did a panel at a Comic-Con, and I think we were all in Sacramento or something.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Oh my goodness! I was sitting right next to Gabrielle, and I didn't know at all. He and I didn't talk about it, but he starts talking trash about it.
That is my favorite clip from that con.
What? I mean, it genuinely made me mad. I thought, what is wrong with you? Cuss words, man. Quit that. Don't say it. It could be right. It could be Dutch. Whatever.
Wait.
Stupid stuff.
Wait, Rob.
Yeah.
So there's a picture on your wall, and I need you to find it for me.
Oh, okay.
It's that.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
I think it's above your door.
I see it. Hold on. Junebug.
Oh, she's so
We
cute.
babies.
Oh, the babies.
Oh. That's it, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yeah, dude.
Hold on a second.
I never sent you that, Rob.
What?
I never sent you that. I don't know how you got it. It's been blowing my mind for like 3 months now.
Yeah, we see this in the background, and we're like, what the hell?
It was literally in a stack of papers. Look.
What?
Yeah, we seen it in like a clip months ago, and we're like, how did you get that?
I had a stack of papers in my office with that in it. That was in the stack. And I was like, oh I should have given that to Rob when I was in Deadwood. And I was like, no, I want to give him the big one because that's cooler.
What
I never
in the
sent you that.
world?
I have no idea how you got it.
We've been so confused for months.
Well, I'm not kidding you. I don't know. Wonder if there's like a thing in here. Are you sure you didn't give me this?
Positive. Because I gave you the wood burning in Deadwood.
Yeah.
Well, I remember that, but how do I have this then?
I don't know.
Somebody gave it to me pretending like it was their work. That's what happened. That's definitely
right.
what happened. There's no doubt. I mean, if you didn't, That's
unless the
insane.
ghost in my house sent it to you. It was in that stack. I was like, I'm not gonna give him this in this cheap, shitty dollar store frame. I wanted to get you a better frame for it.
Well, look at that. Is that yours?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Sam Ford. That's me.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was your writing. Did someone give it to me like at a Comic-Con, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, you're so talented! This is amazing!" and never looked at the name probably.
I don't know.
Had to
I don't
have
know how anyone
Yeah.
else would have gotten it though. It was in a stack of papers in like the junk in my house.
been. Oh my goodness, that's insane. That's what I mean. It's like right up there where everybody can see it. I love it. Obviously,
Hell yeah.
who gave it to me is the question.
I think it was the ghost in my house. That's the only explanation.
I mean, knowing your house, it probably was.
Honestly.
That's wild. Well, how are you two? My goodness, you're
Good.
awesome.
We're good. Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm
Good.
so happy to thank you for having me come on your thing. This is so cool.
Dude, of course.
Well, thank you for joining us.
My goodness, that is just the wild. That is the. Somebody gave me that at some point, and I don't know.
I have no clue.
Are you like without saying it? Are you trying to insinuate that you think that I came into your house and stole it?
I mean, did you?
Did you go to Ohio?
Okay, I did. Okay,
That's
won't
a
do it
clip
again.
later.
Why did you take the big one?
Check your cameras. You're gonna see me in there like.
Swapping it. Shit, I grabbed the wrong one.
It's too late. Get out.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so cool. Yeah, somebody out there is really proud of your artwork that they gave you.
Well, I have the original and you signed it, so.
Wild.
What are our other theories? Oh, okay. This one we just learned about, or at least I did. I don't know if
I also
had this
just
one
learned
before.
about it, so.
Okay, so you did just tell me this for the first time. There's a theory that John actually has schizophrenia. So like when he's in Red Dead 1 and he sees like the strange man and he's shooting at him and it doesn't do anything, things like that.
Yeah. Well,
Theory is that John has schizophrenia.
Yeah.
that's possible. That would make that make sense, right? My goodness.
I mean, also Undead Nightmare.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Talking to Sasquatch. I mean, you know,
You eat babies.
and I mean, I guess just zombies in general. That could be. You know what? I guess I always just thought like it's a video game, and sometimes they get weird, and we'll just allow it because it's like a whole different thing, right? But I mean, you know what? You could be very right. It would be interesting to. I don't know. I don't know where I stand on this. I truly don't, because I think that if you leave Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2 and Undead Nightmare, if you leave all of that alone, that's a fully told story. And I think it's told really well, right? I want more. I think more so because I'm selfish, right?
We all want more, man.
Well, thank you. But I think that like I do want to know what happened. I want to see what happened in Blackwater. I want to see it.
It's
Right?
like
I want to see it too.
my whole theory for like 3. It doesn't make sense to go with Jack because that's getting into World War I territory. So it's like it only makes sense to do another prequel. But I think they're not even going to show the Blackwater Massacre. I think once you get into the epilogue, it'll stop right before you get to the Blackwater mission, and then that'll be it.
I want to play as Matt Callender and die in Blackwater. Or
Well,
as Davey.
Given your story, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, okay. It's gonna come up. We're gonna talk about it.
Well, yeah.
The fan fiction.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Heck yeah. I do want that book.
Dude, I wrote that so the main character in my story is Arthur's younger half sister Ivy. And
Yeah.
her and John are like really close, but then John like supposedly knocks up Abigail. And so then it breaks them up. And so Ivy starts dating Matt Callender. And Mac is like toxic as hell. And like in Blackwater, John gets like a brief split second moment with Matt Callender in the alley behind like the guns or the sheriff in Blackwater, and he kills Matt Callender. Anyway.
He was begging for it. He was begging for it, right?
He was a
Yeah.
shithole. But I also wrote Amelia Brown into it, so.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing. I love it. Well, I can't wait to get my hands on it. Is this what I've seen on, like, Amelia Brown is associated with this already, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we've
I
been
want to know
posting
more.
because there's a scene where it's like before the party at the mayor's house in Saint Denis.
Yeah.
Ivy has to go to the tailor in Saint Denis to get ready, and she's not a girly girl at all. And so she goes to the tailor and she sees Amelia, and Amelia's like gushing over Molly, and Ivy's just like, "Hey, I need to get dressed too." And Amelia's like, "Oh, I see. I have my work cut out for me." It's like just like unintentionally insulting the shit out of her.
Yeah, it was great. We're just on one night, like it was the night that we actually launched the podcast, and we're just all on talking about fan theories and then our fanfics and stuff, and we're just chucking out ideas.
Yeah.
So we just like started writing our stories together, like weaving them in together. Like I have Zai's character in my story too. Like we have our stories kind of like woven together.
This is amazing. Well, wait. So where do we get it? Where can we get it? The book.
So I'm not publishing it because it's like taken straight from Rockstar, and I don't want to have like copyright issues.
No
but it's like on Wattpad and AO3. But like once because I'm obviously like editing this version that I had printed because there's a lot of editing to do.
That is so cool. I love it that people got together and did that, and I'm sure it's amazing. And how is that? I mean, I guess it's if it's Rockstar's characters and whatever, but if it's if it's fan stuff, is that not allowed? I guess maybe it's not allowed.
I don't.
Oh no, because
think so. I don't know.
I'm
too nervous
like,
to try it.
Right? We've got so many missions just taken out of the game itself.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we literally take them straight from the game.
Let me go.
Well, all right. Well, I mean, whatever. I think it's really cool that you were all creative together and put something together. And you know what? If you had enjoyment in doing it, maybe that's exactly what you were looking for anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it got me through some pretty tough times. I started it back in 2022. Like, I was dealing with postpartum depression pretty bad. And that was like my escapism was writing this.
Yeah, it's like, I went ahead last August. This entire binder is all of Red Dead 2. Handwritten.
Oh my god, dude.
Handwritten.
Handwritten. A little hard to see, but...
I was playing on the game with her while she did it.
2. This is Red Dead 1 and Undead Nightmare.
What?
Entire thing, completely by hand.
That is so crazy and awesome. That is, I'm saying crazy in the best possible way. Like, that is awesome.
Yeah, it took me a couple of months for Red Dead 1, which is surprising. And then Red Dead 2 took me like a month of nonstop.
Isn't that wild?
I was there for the Red Dead 2 one.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. Did you just like how do you even do that?
I went through on YouTube and I just had the missions playing, and then as soon as a cutscene would start, I just started going.
Oh, and then you'd pause it and
Yep.
catch up. And then,
I mean, it helps. I know a lot of the lines by heart.
yeah, but oh my goodness, not all of them. That's a lot. That's so
Yeah.
much. Oh wow, I love it. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, if you do that, you can do that. But I don't know. Even now, like I have. I mean, this is. I don't know how to show you this without showing you this crazy lamp that I have in here. Is just a light bulb with no shade on it. But if you see behind it, you can see like there's that thing of John right here.
Mhm.
Oh, I keep doing it wrong. Right there. John. Okay, so now this beside him. I don't know if you can see the yellow on there.
Yeah, I can
It
see
almost
it.
looks. Okay, so that is the script, right? That is the actual original script.
Oh,
that
hell yeah.
Right on.
Steve Palmer's script. It says character Bill Williamson, talent Steve Palmer. And he was not supposed to keep that.
No. I keep that's the one thing I hear from like all of you guys is that you guys had to like shred them.
Yeah. You know, he was definitely not
I wouldn't.
supposed to keep that. But he did, and he gave it to me as a gift, and it's one of the coolest things I have.
Heck yeah.
He laminated it. But the thing is, it's like it's highlighted for Bill Williamson,
Right.
not John, because it was his script. But okay, so yeah, it was very, very important that if we printed them off, we got it from them.
Mm-hmm.
They asked, it would have our name like watermarked in the back of it. So you could read it, but if anybody ever found it, they know exactly who to go to and say, what in the world?
Uh-huh.
But you had to give them back. You had to give all the paper back to them.
You should have stolen one.
Oh my
Should
goodness.
put it in your pocket.
I used to have a 3-ring binder. When they would give it to me, I would put it in there and I would keep track of it,
Yep.
And then as we'd get done with the scene, I'd hand them in immediately because I thought I am not going to be the one that wrecks this. And I got into a system and it was, oh my goodness, it was kind of stressful. But the other thing that's so funny about that is by like the way that I learned how to record my lines is, people say a lot of times, like if you write it down, that'll help you remember, which I think is true. Writing something down helps you remember it better than just trying to memorize it, whatever. But the guy that played Seth, the gravedigger, I worked with him actually, like I think on the first shoot for Red Dead Redemption. And I remember talking to him about how I had all these lines and I didn't have a really good system at that point. How do you memorize that much stuff? Like I was really stressed out about it. And he said, oh man, I got you. This is easy. Kevin Glickman is one of the coolest guys in the world. I promise. I love Seth, the gravedigger, the character, but I also love Kevin. He's awesome and really funny in real life too. I'm sure you can imagine. But
if we could get him on.
That'd be dope.
That'd be fun.
he said, what you do is you get a recorder and you use your phone if you need to, right? And he said, just read every line. Don't just read your lines. You got to know everybody else's lines too, because then you got to know what you're talking about, when to come in, all the stuff, right? So I would say not in a I mean, my voice is kind of just like John's voice anyway, right? But I would just read it, like not trying to perform it. And if it was John's line, I would just read it as myself. But every other character, I don't care if it was a man or a woman.
Oh my God.
Sounded like a woman because then I knew it wasn't John.
I want the version of Red Dead where it's just you. Just John talking to himself the whole time.
The John cut.
Oh my goodness, it was so crazy. But then I would listen to it, and I promise you it worked for me. I just would listen to it over and over and over and over again. And then before I knew it.
That's what I used to do too for like my theater and stuff in high school. Do the same thing. I would just go through, highlight my lines, have them on my phone, and then record it through the phone.
Yes. And
I wish I would have been a theater kid.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I wish I was too. I wasn't. I don't know. I just never. I think when you're younger, you do what your friends are doing, right? In a lot of cases. And so if your friends are in theater, so are you. If your friends are
Yeah,
whatever.
it's like was starting to like just get into it. Of course, well, I got into acting because of Red Dead 2, and threw myself right into the deep end, and then COVID hit right after I started applying to like agencies and shit like that. So I was like, God damn it.
Well, COVID's gone now.
Right?
But yeah, but I think, and I've been told this a lot. I don't know how this works, but I think you can be anywhere. Anyone can audition
Yeah,
for anything now.
Self tapes have like really become a major point since COVID.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they had to find a way to continue to keep things rolling the best way they knew how, and
Right.
But since then, they recognize like headshots. You have to have some kind of a picture of yourself, but I don't think that people carry a physical copy of their headshot anymore. I think it's just all digital. Like, this is me. I'm coming at 2, or this is me. Also, here's my video. This is my audition, and it's all like it's sent in an email or something. You know what I mean? So, don't think that you got to live somewhere. If you want to do it, then do it.
Yeah.
You can do it now. I hope if you do, you really enjoy it.
I keep trying to get her to role play with me on Red Dead as our characters.
Yeah, but then we end up laughing for 10 minutes and never do it.
only when I try to play Matt Calendar.
That's that. Those are those chat.
Well, to be fair, it was like 11 at night.
Oh yeah. Slap happy, and I was trying to be Matt Calendar, and I was like, "Hey, girl." I was like, "Your parents got money? Smile more."
Goodness.
And then, yeah, we were dying for the rest of the night.
That's awesome. That is really funny. I think, yeah, you know what? It would be hard to do that between your friends. It would be potentially could get awkward, but it's still fun, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think
once you get the laughter out.
Yeah, that's just it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I guess those things, however it works, you know. I do know for myself, like if I get hired for a role, I'm way more comfortable pretending that I'm playing that role versus like my mom being like, Rob, do the thing for everybody. Do the thing that you do for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
This is the most awkward thing in the world ever.
It's like someone singing you happy birthday.
Yeah. Whatever. No, it's different. If you got a role and you're working with somebody else who's got a role and you are doing that, that's very different. But, woo.
Speaking of your roles, didn't you get your start by playing on Young and the Restless?
Yes. Well, yes. My goodness, I had an opportunity to really have like a start, right? I was there. Long story short, I was an extra. I went and did extra work on Young and the Restless. And while I was there, I think they were either had just recently fired or were getting ready to fire the bartender. I think it was a bartender role or something. And this guy who was like, it's weird how they do it. They've got, I think, 2 director kind of set up, right? There's a guy that's out there walking around on the set. There's also a guy that's like at CBS in their whatever, where they're doing whatever they're doing, who's also doing tweaking things through the guy on set, whatever. But apparently the guy in the back room kept telling this guy who was out there with us physically, we want that guy. Tell him he has the job to be the bartender on this show. And so this guy 3 different times was like, all right, look, this is your job. If you want it, you're the bartender on the show. This is yours. We're telling you that. So at the time, I lived in Indiana and had 0 interest in acting. I wasn't there because I was like I was there visiting my then girlfriend who. Oh my goodness! Just thinking back on this though, like what did I do? Why did I? But I thought I'm here for a week. I'm here for one day. This will never happen again, man. And the third time that he asked me if I wanted to do it, I honestly was kind of rude, and I was like, dude, I've told you twice. No, like I didn't raise my voice, but I was like, look, man, I appreciate it. I don't live here. No, thank you. Leave me alone, basically, is the way I responded to this guy. Oh my goodness. And then 6 months later, I'm moving. Then I was like, I'm moving to LA. And I was. And you want to know the craziest thing in the world? I still can't believe that this worked, knowing what I know now. I moved to LA and I had no job. I had nothing. But I knew that I had been an extra on Young and the Restless. So I'm not kidding you. I dialed, what is it, 411 information? Is that what you dial to get a phone number? You don't even have to do that anymore because you just Google what's the phone number or whatever. But at the time, I needed the number to CBS. And then it gave me a number. I called it. And somebody's like, CBS, whatever they said. I said, hey, can you connect me to the Young and the Restless? One moment, please. Somebody answers the phone. I said, hey, my name's Rob. I was an extra on your show like 6 months ago. And I live here now. And I want to be an extra again. And they're like, can you be here at 8 a.m? And I'm like, yep, we'll see you then. And I did.
That's awesome.
And so this time when I went back, I was like, do you remember me? I'm the guy that you were like, you want to be the bartender. And the guy was like, and it was the same guy. And he was like, I don't remember anything that you're talking about. Looking at me like, who let this guy in, right? Of course, they had either done away with the idea of having a bartender or already hired somebody else. But I was like, you wanted to give me the job. You kept asking me, and I didn't live here, but I live here now. So I want to be on this show. And the guy was like, that's not how it works, man.
See, John Marston really does have schizophrenia. You imagine the whole thing.
But I was like, to do that now, like, I don't know, maybe you could just be like, CBS, yeah, right, Young and the Restless, I want to be an extra. Can you be here by 8 a.m? Yeah.
If you're
I feel
confident
like you'd
enough,
get laughed at. I feel like
yeah.
I would get laughed at.
I just sometimes,
Maybe not you, but me, yeah.
No, well, but I mean, I could have too. But the thing is, they didn't laugh at me. They said, yes, come in. So I think that's sometimes, I mean, that's proof in point, right?
Mm.
Sometimes if you just ask, people are going to say, yeah, right on. Yeah, we are looking for that. You can do it. Let's go. You just don't know sometimes until you ask.
If you don't ask, the answer is always no.
Yep.
No doubt about that. No doubt. But, and you can't, I mean, definitely can't expect for the answer to be yes just because you asked, but.
Right.
But at least there's a chance.
It has worked in the past. I know that for sure. Wow.
And while you were in LA, you had a job as a bartender working with Ben Davis, correct?
Yeah. Yes. Well, so neither one of us, I was a bartender at a different bar.
Oh, okay.
When I worked with Ben, I was a bar back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at this real fancy bar in LA, I was the guy that stocked everything, basically, right? So if it had several different bars setups around inside the same area, right? It was a pool deck is what it was, this big giant pool deck. So they had like a cabana thing, and then they'd have a place over here that had drinks, and that all these different places. And they all, because they were small, I guess, and the refrigerators were small, they would run out of stuff all the time. So there were several bar backs that you would just kind of rotate around. What do you need? Oh, you need this many more Miller Lights. All right, let me go grab them. Then you'd put them in there, and there you go. Now they can keep on going and not run out of stuff. That same bar, Ben Davis was the door guy. So he was like standing there, velvet rope. He was the guy that decided who got to come in and who didn't and whatever. And okay, so actually there were two doors at this bar. One of them, it was a hotel pool deck, right? Hotel bar. And he worked at the door where if you're a guest of the hotel, you automatically get access to the bar. You just had to show your room key or tell him your name and your room number or whatever, and he could verify that. And then, yeah, come on in. Then there was a door that was like out on the sidewalk, and that was for people who would call and make reservations and whatever. There was never, ever a guest list. It was all pretend. But basically the rule was, I'll just tell you this because, sorry, LA, Hollywood bars, I'm blowing your cover. But yeah, if you're a group of women, you're almost, it's like, yeah, come on in. If you're a group of guys, no chance. You're not getting in. If you're a couple, if you're on a date, like there's two of you that are together and you make that, like, we're here together and it's just the two of us and our reservation is this name, and you make it so that the other people standing around can hear, and you make it possible for the person to say yes, like as opposed to saying, can we come in? It's just the two of us. Do you have a reservation? No. You have to say, and our reservation is our name, and then they can fake and be like, yeah, we have you right here. And they let you in, right? But so here's the deal. If you're a bunch of guys and you don't have any girls with you, the problem with guys is that when guys don't have, and this is the truth, and I've seen this and it's real. If guys are in a bar and they don't have girls to look at, then they start looking at each other. And when they start looking at each other, they fight each other. So all the girls that want, because girls don't do that, right? So if you're a group of girls, you go anywhere you want. If you're a group of guys, you almost can't go anywhere.
Bars in LA are about to be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So that, yeah, Ben and I worked together at that same bar for, I don't know how long we were both there, because I feel like I worked there for 6 months and then he showed up, and then I worked there for another maybe 4 to 6 months or whatever. And then I got a bartending job down the road. So I took that because it was better for me. But yeah, we worked together for however long, probably 5 or 6 years before we started working on Red Dead Redemption. So we've known each other for a long time. Yeah. We've known each other for almost 25 years now. Wow. That's right. Yeah. Crazy. But yeah. Wild. And I think.
And then you ended up back in Indiana?
Yes. So when I got finished with Red Dead Redemption, oh my goodness, it was then. Taylor, my wife, and I, we had been talking about how we wanted to get married and start a family. And she grew up in LA. And she said, I want all the same things that you want. I just don't want to live in LA. I don't want to do that here. It's expensive and there's traffic and all the things. And I thought, yeah, to live in LA as a single person or even a married person, but with no kids is very different than living there with kids. So we decided to move back to Indiana because obviously built-in network of help in my family. This is where I grew up. So my family's all still around. And yeah, moved and got married and had kids. And the other thing is, like, the biggest jobs, and if you look at my resume, I don't even know, there's not much on there. I did a bunch of commercials, which were great, but nobody watches them, so that doesn't help your career expand, right? But my resume is really short, and the majority of the work that I've done, anything that anybody knows me from, is the Red Dead series, right? So I booked it living in LA, but then Undead Nightmare and Red Dead Redemption 2, I didn't even know existed until I got phone calls. And I didn't live in LA anymore. I was like, oh my goodness, yeah, I want to do Undead Nightmare, but I'm so sorry, I'm moved. I live in Indiana now, and they're like, oh no, all good. We're doing it in New York anyway. So thank God they were willing to get me back and forth, but that was like the joke. I thought, okay, now I know how to book jobs in LA. You just quit. You just leave, and then they call you. Oh my goodness. Of course, for me, that's kind of the way it worked out. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And then you worked construction?
Yeah. I started working construction when I was in high school. I always thought it was amazing to be able to, I mean, it's hard work, right? But to be able to start somewhere, whether it's the, oh my goodness, I think the dog just got himself locked in the bathroom. Hold on one second.
Oh no.
We're keeping that in.
The dog and the cat, same time.
Oh no.
I'm surprised we only just heard a little gentle scratch. Oh my, that could have been really bad. But yeah, so to go to work and dive into a project and to know what it looked like in the beginning of the day and see what it looked like at the end of the day, it's such a cool feel. It's like instant gratification, right? And I always enjoyed that, and I always enjoyed, the tools that you use to build houses or whatever you're building, and it was always something that I just really enjoyed, and I've always done it. I mean, even now, I love doing stuff around my own home. I don't work for anybody else doing that right now, but I would in a second, and I would love it. I'm sure I would love it. But yeah, I worked construction up until 4 years ago, like all throughout. I guess when I was in LA doing Red Dead Redemption, I was a bartender, and I'd still go to work, even on some of the days that I would shoot for Red Dead. If it worked out, we'd get done and I could get over to work and do a shift, I would. Not every day, but a lot of them. But yeah, when I was doing Undead Nightmare and Red Dead Redemption 2, I would travel to New York for 2 or 3 weeks or whatever they had me there for the shoot. And then I'd come home. And when I was home, I'd do construction work. And I loved it. It's like a perfect balance, of really hard, physical, dirty, like, exhausted, so tired and whatever, doing construction work. And then the like almost opposite end of the spectrum where, getting to play a character in this, at that point, this franchise, series of games that I knew that I loved so much. It was so cool to have that balance between those two things. I think it was really healthy for me too. I never, my head never got too big because I'd come home in reality. The guys I worked with doing construction made sure that I wasn't ever too proud of myself.
And you recently worked at a car dealership, right?
Yes. So that's how I got out of doing construction. Actually, I was doing concrete at the end of the construction life that I had, and I was exhausted. And my goodness, that really beats you up doing concrete work. And my neighbor at this point now he has his own body shop, but he at the time was the manager of a car dealership's body shop in just the town over. And he was like, hey man, if you really want to get out of construction, I got a job for you. You may not want it. And I talked to him about it a few different times, but essentially I quit doing construction, concrete, tough guy stuff to become and I'm not kidding you, secretary of this body shop. I was going to answer the phone. And then I did all the paperwork. And I do all the stuff that the secretary did. And she moved on to another job, and they needed to fill the role. And he was like, if you want to do it, we need somebody. If you want to do that, I'll hire you. And I was like, you know what? Yes, I do want to do it. So
I worked in car dealerships for 10 years.
Did you really? Oh, my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
That's,
I worked as a receptionist for Toyota and Subaru and Mazda. It was like the same store, but they had two brands. And then I graduated and started in the medical field and hated it, so I went back to dealerships. And then for a little bit I was a horseback riding instructor, and then back at dealerships. And I was at a Ford dealership. I did when I was at the Ford dealership, they hired me to do the photos for their website and like their social media stuff, and then I was a lot tech.
Amazing. It's so cool to, I mean, something that we all probably rely on, right? As a big part of our life is our vehicle, or, like having ways around. And if you don't have to rely on it, good for you. But there's a lot to know about vehicles, by the way that you buy them, the way that they're maintained, all of this different stuff. Oh my goodness. And it's good to know. It's good to have an education about that, because you
I
can
got more out of working at a dealership than I did working in healthcare.
Right.
I can take your blood pressure, but that's about it.
Well, so I think that's interesting too, because so my dad is retired now, but was a surgeon. My grandpa also was a surgeon. And my whole life growing up, everybody's like, well, so you're going to be the next Dr. Wiethoff, right? I'm like, really? No, we all know that's never going to be a thing, right? But I did get to a certain point in my life where I thought, okay, I'm making money, I'm doing stuff, but I don't care about anything that I'm doing. I don't have any interest in doing anything. And if I stop doing what I'm doing, they will replace me with somebody else, and it won't matter. What I do doesn't matter. And I have no sense of purpose. And I stayed with it because it was consistent income and it was fine, whatever. But I did look into becoming a nurse myself. And this is not that long ago, where I thought, what does it take? I mean, it's not me being a doctor, but I thought I would have a real sense of purpose than helping people. Even if, I don't make a whole bunch of money, if I make enough, then I could feel like I'm actually doing something that's helping someone, and I am needed. And that's as far as I got. I think I looked into it and thought, okay, that's a lot of school just to be able to do this thing that pays this much. And it's difficult. It's a tough field, isn't it?
It is. I went to school. I got my associate's degree as a medical assistant. I had my degree and my certificate, and they offered me $11 an hour. And I was like, even with my degree and my certificate? And they were like, yeah, you don't need those. And I was like, then why did I go to school, man?
Yeah.
And so I worked there and I hated it. Like, I'm too empathetic. I had a patient telling me that she was scared and she was crying and was holding my hand, and I'm like, I'm not cut out for this. I went to my office and started crying. And then I went back to the car dealership and they offered me $13 an hour, and I'm like,
hell yeah.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. So then you can sit there and be
Get
like,
me out of
yes,
here.
service is that way. You need a salesperson, they're over there. What do you need?
Let me transfer your call.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to
Dealership
find.
life is fun though.
Well,
I love dealerships.
So here's what I've recognized, and I don't. The owner of the dealership that I work for is a friend that I grew up with, and is a really good friend and awesome. And so there was that kind of aspect where I thought I really like my boss because he's my friend. like was my friend before he was my boss, and he's cool, and I'm cool with him, and whatever. But so when I was working at the body shop, people I found are really, really bummed out when their car is not done. Like to a point where I think you're just not. This is just not rational. This behavior is weird, and ultimately what I decided, I could be wrong about this, but I think that people probably spend too much money on their car, vehicle, whatever, because they want to appear like they've got some kind of status that they think matters to someone, right? And then something happens to it, it gets dinged up or crashed or whatever, and they don't have it. And they're still making these payments that they can't afford. And it stresses them all the way out. Of course it does. And so, again, that may be I may be wrong in thinking that, but I think that I'm probably not.
Not entirely. No.
Not entirely, no.
So I recognized, and I didn't really know until the lady who probably had a job very similar to yours was like the basically the person that sat at the front desk when you walk into the dealership. We had one of those, and she got pregnant and had to leave to go have her baby, and they're like, "Hey man, will you do this?" Yeah, really? You want me to be the first person that feels? Yeah, man, it's cool. Come on, sit down, do it. You know, and I had to do different things there, but people, when they're buying a car, are happy and excited. They got their new shiny, this is my new thing, right? So that I recognize this is kind of fun because the vibe is right. You know, everybody's excited and happy. They got this new thing. But when that thing got damaged,
Oh, yep.
dang on.
I had some customers light me up a few times because service wasn't open or people weren't answering their calls. I'm like, I'm just the receptionist, sir. I don't get paid enough to care.
Yeah, get that gun out of my face. I'm not the one. Yeah, like,
Yep, exactly.
Oh, yeah, people, you know, it's weird. I think that you learn a lot of things being in the position, like dealing with people, right? But in both places, right? At the body shop, I thought, don't ever behave like that person. That's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for that person because of the way they just spoke to me. I'm not even really upset. Like, I'm just embarrassed for them. The way that, but I learned that also sitting at the other desk where everybody's happy. I thought, oh, I'm embarrassed for you now, and not that. And I promise you, I embarrass myself all the time, and sometimes I'm not even aware of it. Of course, right? We don't want to be that person, but sometimes we just are, and we don't know any better. Hopefully, somebody is there to be like, "Hey, you're an idiot. don't do that." But I learned a whole lot of things that I don't want to do. A lot of behavior that I don't want to copy. Just seeing what it looks like from somebody else, and I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. But you can learn.
You just reminded me when I worked at the Ford dealership when I was doing the photography and stuff. I had my first acting gig there. I was in the commercial for Roush Ford for it was for like their online car buying thing. And so they had me like they showed me on the couch like looking at a laptop searching for a car that I wanted to buy and putting in my fake credit score and stuff, and then like walking in pretending to buy it and like signing fake paperwork, and then walking out and then shaking my boss's hand as he handed me the keys, and they were like, act more excited. And so I like I like jumped, I did like a little happy dance thing, and they're like, don't do the pee-pee dance, and I'm like and so they made me just go like, and I'm like, that looks worse. At least my pee-pee dance was cute.
It was cute, real. It was like, all right, this is, oh my goodness.
This is what I do when I'm excited, man.
That is so funny. I love it. Well, good. You know what?
it came out, when we watched it, my friends at the front desk were like, "What are you doing with your hands?" I'm like, "They told me to. I didn't want to do that."
Oh, that's funny. I love it. There is a guy, and he is so awesome. He's so funny. That works at this same dealership that I worked at, who has those glasses that you can record stuff with.
Oh yeah.
Are they Ray-Ban something
Yeah,
where you?
like, something like
Yeah.
The meta glasses.
Yes, yes, he's got those, and he's got a series of like commercials now that he does. He's one of the managers, and he walks around the lot and talks to people, and I think, of course, later is like, "Do you care? I just recorded that with these glasses. Do you care if we do it?" But he's so funny, and he's doing this thing, and I think this. I tell you what, I want to go there now just because I want to go talk to this guy because he's so funny. I don't know. It's just so hard to. How do you get the right car commercial, right? You know, like, what is the thing to do to like get people to come to your car, dude? You know.
I made a video there. We had one of those like little kids like ride on motor trucks. It was like a little Raptor.
Yeah.
And I got one of the service techs to get in it and drive it into the service drive for a video. And he's just like mad. He can't like it. He's like a full grown man, and it's this little tiny kid's truck. It wouldn't even get him up the hill into the service drive. But we like showed a video of him driving it in, and he's like handing the fake key to one of the service advisors, and they're like, "This is your truck?" And he's like, "Yeah, I can't afford a new one or something." And so then we're like, "Hold on. We're like, let's get you taken care of." And so I had him like drive a real Raptor. So it's like, yeah, I traded in my 3-year-old Raptor for a new one. It's so stupid.
I tell you what, that's like interesting though, at least, right? I think that's cool. I love that. That's creative and something different instead of the
It
whole.
was so funny.
Come down here and buy the $2 down, and you get nobody cares.
Yeah, no, I was like, we're gonna do something fun.
I love it.
and the service tech that drove it, we had his kid come in with him because his kid is like the spitting image of him. So we had his kid drive the Raptor around first and made it look all old timey. So it looked like he's been driving this since he was a little kid.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like one of the sales managers, he would have to like move the truck around so he would get in it and drive it around inside the dealership. And I was like, okay, I'm using that.
That is awesome. Maybe that's your calling. You could be the
just making car dealership commercials.
Yes. You're like, all right.
It's fun though.
Who's fun? Who is fun around here? Let's do this.
Dealership life is fun. I had fun coworkers. One of them officiated my wedding. I met my husband at a dealership. I was like, these are my people.
Right on. Good. I think that's awesome. Definitely a happening place, I'm sure, a car dealership.
Oh, there were so many prank wars.
That's awesome.
There were some good pranks.
Gosh.
Well, we should probably talk more about Red Dead because
I
that's like
guess.
the whole reason we're here, and we're like an hour and 20 minutes in, and we have hardly talked about Red Dead.
Fine.
It's fine.
Whatever. We're hanging out.
Exactly.
John Marston? No, secretary at a car dealership.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
What is something John is confidently wrong about?
Fuck. Oh man. I don't know. I want to say I think the loyalty thing, but I don't know that that's wrong.
Just in that situation.
In this case, it turned out to be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I think that probably if you've got something that deserves your loyalty, then yeah, that is the right move. But he was very confident about being loyal to something that was not loyal to him, didn't care about it. Didn't care about it. So yeah, he was very confidently very wrong about that. Again, if it is right to be loyal, then it is right. But he was very wrong about that.
Do you think this isn't one of the questions I wrote, but do you think Dutch was coming for John, or do you think he was going to leave John to hang in Sisika?
That's a good one.
Can I got so I know this is really hard and I'm stuttering all over the place. I'm trying to think of the best answer for this. I haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2 yet. I haven't played it.
Oh, I can't wait till you play it.
I'm going to play it soon. In fact, tomorrow they're going to get this computer all set up so that it can, and then it's whenever everybody's available, we're going to start so soon. But I don't know the answer to that question. I mean, maybe I know, like the conversations that I've had with Ben about the things that we worked on together. And, but I don't know. I have to play this, I think, and really get a feel for it. Because I'll tell you this too. I didn't ever play Red Dead Redemption. I've seen people play it. I've watched it, and I've watched a lot of Red Dead 2 as well. But there's something very different about actually controlling playing the game, right? You see it differently. Of course you do. You have to focus on what you're doing. So I look at Red Dead Redemption very differently now than I have for the last 17 years or whatever it's been. So yeah, let me play Red Dead 2 first before I answer that question. Then I will have a confident answer. If that's okay.
That's fine. I can't wait till you play it. I can't wait to see that. You're gonna hit that moment when he gets back from Sisika, and you're gonna be like, "This is what I think."
That's right. Excuse me, I gotta call Sam. Hey.
It's fine. We'll probably be in chat. Who am I kidding?
Yeah,
We'll be in chat.
Remember when we did that thing? I got my answers right here. Here it is.
Oh, when John was gone for a year, when he left the gang after Jack was born, where do you think he went, and what do you think he was doing?
That's part of his dementia. It's all part of it. He just wandered off, forgot that he was part of the Vanderbilt gang. Forgot all about it.
What do you mean I left the gang? I was here the whole time.
What gang? He was like walking around in the mountains going, "What gang?" Like nobody out there.
I love that.
That's how the wolves found him, because he was out there just yelling, just nonsense into the open space. What
gang's all down in Blackwater. Where's John? John's up in the mountain. Here, puppy.
Yeah, that's right.
Who's your good boy?
God, me trying to go after bears last night. Here's a good one. So, obviously, we've got Ben and Steve that came back to Red Dead 2. How was it knowing how Dutch and Bill's, and of course your own story as John ended? How was it going from knowing what you knew was going to happen in Red Dead 1 to Red Dead 2 and seeing that all build up and then eventually fall apart at the end?
Oh, it was amazing, actually, because so at the time, I had seen enough gameplay and knew enough about the story to know who Bill Williamson was and who Dutch Vanderlyn was in relation to John, right? But in reality, like the work that we did, Ben, even though he played two different characters in Red Dead Redemption, he was only there like doing performance capture for like 2 weeks or something. Yeah. And Peter, excuse me. Steve was there for less time, right? So I didn't know those guys that well until, I mean, I knew Ben because I knew Ben, like, but I didn't really get to know Steve really that well until we started working on Red Dead Redemption 2. And then, you know, I mean, I guess of course then we all had a kind of a special bond, like, well, we know our characters make it, you know, and would be able to laugh and joke with other people. But yeah, I mean, I think that we talked a lot about, you know, the game Red Dead Redemption to make sense and to kind of reflect what we were working off of Red Dead Redemption and what we remembered from it and knew from it, whatever. But I'm so glad that not only those characters were so much more developed, because what amazing characters, right? But also so many other characters were so well developed. That makes a huge difference, doesn't it? I mean, it makes it like the fact that people know the Vanderlyn gang as well as they do. I mean, you're writing fan fiction about these characters that are not playable characters. They're just that well developed that you know them. You know them well enough to write about them and make it make sense. That is so cool. I love that.
Trying to write Dutch dialogue is like,
it's the worst.
Because he's so well spoken, you mean, or why?
A mix of both.
Just his phrasing for things are just complicated. He's such a complicated character.
Our Dutch deep dive is going to be wild.
Yeah.
See, I wanted to get, for a Dutch episode, I wanted to get Ben on and have like a licensed psychiatrist on and like really dig into Dutch's character.
Well, I tell you what, if you, oh my goodness, yeah, do get Ben on. And Ben is one of, and I'm not kidding you, like I know a lot of people who are very successful and different aspects, as we all do, right? Know people who are really smart in whatever it is that they do. Ben Davis is really smart. I mean, like I don't know. Like he's really well read. He's like a crossword puzzle fanatic. Like not that like that helps your vocabulary, sure, right? But it just keeps like the wheels turning and it keeps everything moving. And he's just I don't know. He's really, really smart. And if you talk to him about Dutch, the thought that he has put into that character, oh my goodness.
I can imagine. I mean, I love John. He's definitely second favorite, but Dutch is up there for the sheer complexity of that fucking character.
Oh my
John's
goodness.
still my favorite.
Like, there's no figuring him out, and that's honestly one of the greatest things.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, I know. It's so well written. And then also, I promise you, if you talk to Ben, and then you might think, oh my goodness, yeah. Well, that thing I was trying to figure out now, yeah, that makes sense. But now all this other stuff that I thought I knew, I was wrong about it. I don't know. It's pretty odd. I hope that you can have that experience because
That'd be so
fascinating.
It would be great.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, back to John.
Oh, good.
What kinds of music would be on John's playlist if you were around in real life today?
I think John would. I don't know. It's hard for me to do this because I start sprinkling in my own kind of style.
Understandable.
That's fine. You
But
played him.
You played him. Yeah.
It should be
Right.
partially you.
Well, I mean, I think he would like. I mean, what's available to him then? Like, if he has.
No, like today. If he was around
Today?
right now. If we were to get John Marston's cell phone, what music would be on it? What a weird idea.
I think he would like. I think he would like classic rock. You know, like 70s, 80s kind of just rock. You know, you don't even hear it. There is none of that anymore. I don't think.
I mean, I still listen to it all the time.
Yep.
But it's
I put on
from the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, I put on 70s and 80s classic rock for my daughter when we're in the car. We jam out to it. Jam
I
out to
love
like
that.
Fleetwood Mac and Queen.
Yeah.
Good shit.
See that? Yes, I think it is good. But I'm saying like they don't make new.
Oh, they don't
No.
make. No.
But I mean, it
not
wouldn't be
the
called classic rock
That's
if
fine.
it was made now. But nothing sounds like it. But I think John would be into
Yeah.
it and like
Mhm.
it. Like the most modern or contemporary, what's the word I'm looking for, but like the most recent music, I guess he would like probably would be like Motley Crue or Guns N' Roses, and you know, I don't know, AC/DC maybe.
I was gonna say AC/DC.
Metallica, you know, like that. But I don't know, maybe that's because that's the kind of stuff that gets me wound up that I say that.
I mean, I can see it.
Yeah.
That was gonna be my guess. Was gonna be like
Yeah, because
either that or like butt rock, like what am I thinking of?
Did you just say butt rock?
Yeah. You've never heard butt rock before?
No. Is that a thing? Or did you just make it
Yeah.
up?
I'm thinking of like Nickelback or like
Oh goodness.
I'm looking at my playlist. Hold on.
Wait a minute. Did you just say Nickelback and then say your playlist? Are you a Nickelback fan?
No, I like one Nickelback song and that's it. No, I'm thinking of like Buck Cherry or like
Okay.
Godsmack.
All right. Yeah. Right on.
There's Metallica on here. Papa Roach.
Okay.
Puddle of Mud.
Yeah.
Butt rock.
Butt rock.
Or it's referred to now as divorced dad rock.
Right on. I have never heard butt rock.
Like Seether.
Huh?
Dude, there was a video on TikTok about someone saying that a song by Seether is in like top 10 best songs ever written. And they're like, that song by Seether isn't even the top 10 for Seether songs.
I don't know that I know. Did you say for Seether?
Seether, yeah.
I don't think I've ever even heard of that band.
I was like
I
a
didn't hate it.
14-year-old listening to divorced dad music.
I didn't hate that music, but I don't think I've ever heard it.
I could picture John liking like Rage Against the Machine too.
yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I see a lot of stuff online too of like people talking about like the gang and like what they would do, like modern day type of stuff. And so many people just picture
Modern
John as like a punk rocker. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, hell yeah. Like, it's great.
It's because he's like the emo punk cowboy.
Cowboy, yeah.
Emo. That's awesome. Yeah. Heck yeah. That would be awesome. John, you know, like a lot of good artists have gone through traumatic stuff, right? Like a lot of comedians are funny because it's a way for them to protect themselves of their reality or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, not all of them, thank God, but John would have experience, right?
You think he'd be a comedian?
I don't know that John would be a comedian, but I think that if he was an artist and he had something that he could do, I think he'd be a good one because I think he's got a lot of like, you know, like how do you? I don't know. You do this. You do this really well. You do a lot of artistic things really well. Like, is it emotional? Like, are you emotional when you do that stuff? Are you just good at it? Like, it's just easy for me, and I don't know. I just am good at it.
I think it's more of like escapism for me. like everything around me is too loud. I need everyone to shut the fuck up and let me just make art and be lost in my own thing.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
I used to ride horses, and that was like I would lose myself in it. The rest of the world was gone, and it was just me and a horse. And now I can't really ride anymore because of injuries.
Yeah.
And so now I write stories about riding horses.
Mhm. Yeah.
Listen, it's to find that place, right? That kind of, I don't know if it's a safe place or whatever it is, but whatever I mean, I think that a lot of artists are really good at because they get so focused in because it takes them away from whatever. I think John would be an amazing artist if he could find his thing. You know what I mean? I don't know
I
if he
could see
did.
it. Doesn't he like whittle in camp? He could like do wood carving.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe that would be his thing. If he was a punk rocker, I don't know. What would he do?
Rocker lumberjack.
I think John would be a bass player, wouldn't he?
I could see
hell
that
yeah.
1,000%.
Or a drummer. I could see him being a drummer.
Yeah.
Maybe he would be. I don't know. But yeah.
I'd pay for that. I'd play that Red Dead.
There we go. Rockstar, there's a new DLC idea.
There you go.
It's just Red Dead meets Rock Band.
Rockstar Rock Band. Awesome.
Oh, I love that.
How do you relate to John, and how are you different from John?
Ooh. Well, I do relate to John in a way that I think that a lot of people relate to John, which is I think that we all John. Okay, so John in Red Dead Redemption 2, when he's younger, right? He's a punk, and he's just an annoying, like hard to even look at because you're so annoyed with the attitude and the trying too hard and all the things, right? But at that time, John was watching Arthur get all this love from the people that were like the father figures to each of them, right? And he wanted that because that looked like something special that he thought, I want that praise from these people that we look up to. And he may have gotten to a point where he could receive that from them and feel good about it eventually. But instead, what he recognized is that it was more important to him to really like fulfill what he found eventually to be, I think, his purpose, which was to be a good father and a good husband. And thank God he found that before he ever fulfilled probably his desire to get this admiration from these people that he looked up to, because whether he ever got it or not, it didn't mean a thing to anybody, right? I mean, if it did to John, it would have for a split second, and then he would recognize, I got it. Now I got to do something else to stay here. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so I do relate to him, and I think in my life, it wasn't the Vanderlyn gang that I was trying to impress, right? It wasn't obviously anything like that, but just in my life, swap out the Vanderlyn gang with, I don't know, my sister was a senior in high school when I was a freshman in high school. And so all of her friends, I looked up to all of them, and they all were cool with me because I was my sister's little brother. And they liked my sister, so they were like, yeah, it can't be a jerk to him because he's Kimberly's little brother. But they never looked at me as their equal, right? And they never, you know what I mean? So I think that I had that, like, I want to be at their level. So I think that was similar. And then I think that I recognized too, like John, when I found something that actually meant something to me that's real, which is my wife and kids, happens to be the same kind of thing, I guess. Or maybe this is me projecting onto John what I think John learned, but I think he did too. Nothing else matters. You know what I mean? So we are similar in that way. Maybe both of those ways. But John, I guess he and I are very different, obviously, and he's way tougher than I would ever be. I'm one of those people that when I see stuff get real serious, I mean, I guess it depends on what it is. Like if somebody's talking trash to me, I can let it roll off my back. Maybe a lot of people are this way. If you're talking trash to one of my friends, though, then I'm the first one to stand right up and be like, no, that's not, you're done now, you know? But then I'm not tough enough to do that. So I also have to find an escape route when I do that. Oh my goodness.
See, that's why you need to do Hapkido.
There we go. Yeah. And then I can talk all the trash.
Yeah. Yeah. You get to talk all the trash.
Oh. Yeah, I probably should not learn how to do it then for that alone. Watching me walk around just trash talking everybody.
Fight me. I'll put you on
What?
your ass.
What?
I'm John Marston.
Come at me, bro. I'll karate chop you, man.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Watch out for my knife hands.
I would definitely hurt myself.
It's fine. If a guy can get a knee replacement and start doing it, you can do it too.
Well, yeah. Maybe that's true.
If I can do it, my back and my knee are both fucked, and I can do it.
Well, you're tougher
You have
than
to
me, too.
Yeah, I do.
I love it. Well, I'm good. I'm so happy for you that you're enjoying it. That's awesome.
Thank you. There's one more John, well, sort of a John theory that we didn't talk about.
Uh-huh.
The theory is that Red Dead is just a book written by Jack Marston in 2013 in GTA. There's a book by Jay Marston called Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
In GTA.
You know, to answer your question, or
I forget what your question was.
Well, you're talking about Jack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Red Dead is all a book written by Jack. Yeah.
I think that makes sense too. I mean, I think it does. I don't know. I think that goodness, if it was Jack's story, I don't know. The only thing I don't know about it, you know what? I'm just trying to think, like, would he write that about his dad, the guy that is his dad, when they didn't have much of a relationship for the majority of the time that they were together, right? I mean, they really weren't together very often. I mean, John at the beginning of Red Dead Redemption 2 was like, leave me alone. That's not my kid. Go away. Mm-hmm. Abigail.
What if Jack wrote it that way, as it is in Red Dead? So he was writing John to be his father because he looked up to John, but Dutch was really his father and he didn't like him.
Wow. Well, I mean, you could make sense of that too, couldn't you? I just think, like, at the end, when John was with Jack, he was trying to teach him. He was trying to teach him, this is how you hunt. This is how you take care of, this is how you become a man. And then obviously Jack appreciated John enough. Their relationship somehow was strong enough for him to go and do what he does there at the end of Red Dead Redemption, right? So he didn't completely wasn't terribly upset with John. Maybe to an extent he was, but my goodness, wow. So Jack is a writer. He just wrote the whole thing, Red Dead Redemption the series never happened. It's just a book by Jack
It's all
Marston.
just fiction by John Marston or Jack Marston. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
technically John Marston, because in Red Dead 1's credits, it is John Marston Jr.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
If you watch the
What?
credits, it's John Marston Jr., Josh Baylock.
It's not Jack.
It's not Jack.
What?
Neither of you knew that?
No.
No. Oh my goodness.
I win.
I did watch the credits, but I didn't. I was more like looking at, instead of character names, I was looking at the other names because I
Right.
know the people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's
no, I didn't know that. So then how can that? Why would Dutch name his son John Marston Jr.?
Well, I mean, Abigail chose John, basically, so
Abigail likes John.
mhm.
She likes
I don't
him.
blame her.
She cares about him. She cares about John in the way that a person who loves someone cares about them, right?
Mhm.
Dutch loves
Dutch.
John because
Dutch loves Judge. Yeah, that's
he loves
accurate.
John. He loves John because he has trained John
Yep.
to obey.
Mhm.
And so he loves that because that gives him power. That's a weapon of his. And he loves that because he wants that power. But it's a different kind of love, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Jack, daggone, poor Jack.
Mhm.
But did Jack always think that John was his dad?
Yeah.
So he just thought, I don't get it. I don't get why my dad's a dummy.
Yeah.
And then it got to an age where he was like, all right, dad's trying. So he's not so bad after all. Whatever. I don't know. It's possible that it's all made up, but yeah, that would be the one thing if unless Jack like made all of the names up too. No, he wouldn't have. He couldn't have. Because his name then wouldn't be Marston.
I mean, if he put himself into the story, he could
I guess,
he
yeah.
would do it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think, like, why would, if Dutch is Jack's dad, if Jack never knew that, if he was always
Oh.
told, this is your dad, then it
Oh,
all
yeah.
makes sense. But
Mhm.
and at the time, right? I mean, Jack, I'm just trying to make sense of it all. Like, if Dutch was telling the truth and we all had her, then yeah, there is no idea. There's no way to know,
No.
right?
No, because even then, I mean, he'd be 80 by the time that even the DNA testing would be invented, so.
Yeah. So I know that you can see that John did not just jump right in and say, okay, I'm going to be the one that plays the role as your father.
Mhm.
But nobody else did either.
No.
Nobody else did either. Daggone it. So yes, John is Jack's dad. Yes, he is. For all the people.
Any fun fan experiences since you've been meeting fans at cons and stuff?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. All of them. I mean, so it's a weird deal where those of us that get to go and be the guests at these Comic-Cons, I don't know why any of us are there. I mean, I get it. We're the ones that played the role of these characters, but really when you think about what it takes to make the characters look and be the characters that they are, right? The lines that these actors, myself included, say out loud. We didn't write that. We didn't come up with anything. We did the best we could with the material that we were given. But in order to bring a video game character to life the way that Rockstar does, my goodness, it takes thousands of people, right? So we're very, very fortunate to be able to go and have these interactions with fans face to face. And I think every one of us recognizes how fortunate we are to be in a position to do that. And we all really appreciate it. So I think that I have been completely blown away by cosplays. I mean, almost everywhere I go, I see another one where I think, that's it. That's the best one I've ever seen. And it's different characters, right? It's not just John. It's fascinating how talented people can be with cosplays and the art that they have created and given to me, and the different things that everybody's come up with, not only to give to us, but to share with each other. I think is something that we all see. You're very supportive to us, which is amazing. But to see you all be very supportive to each other is incredible. And oh my goodness, that's the best possible thing that could have ever happened, because you're cheering each other on and encouraging each other. And the stuff that's coming out of that, the podcasts that we get to enjoy being part of, and the artwork and the fan fiction and all the creative things that have come from people who never stepped foot in Rockstar's property. You know what I mean? And it's fascinating. And so I think more than anything for me, I've enjoyed watching all of that, just looking at it and thinking, oh my goodness, this community of people it's not that they're fans, they're friends. We're all friends. That is the most special thing that could ever possibly have happened. We're all supportive and appreciative of each other. How does it get better than that? It doesn't get better than that. I don't think so. That would be my answer. I think. My goodness, amazing.
Good answer.
Good answer. Yeah.
It just keeps coming too. I mean, that's the thing. It's like it's such a big, creative, supportive group. It just keeps getting stronger and bigger and more impressive and everything. So, yeah, amazing. Well done. But yeah, and so I mean, I can tell you too. Thank you, though.
I love the John design. It looks so good. Where can everyone find you on Gym Buddies? Where can everyone find your information? Where do they need to go? What do they do? Tell us about Gym Buddies.
Gym Buddies. I mean, my goodness. So that now, and you know what's so funny is that I've really recognized in the last 2 weeks how I've changed up the format of my YouTube channel. Not a lot, but enough. And I've recognized that there are people who've told me that they really love the Gym Buddy stuff, and it's helped them get in shape, and they appreciate having somebody to do it with and the support, whatever, of being part of a community there too, right? But I've recognized that people are much more interested in hanging out while I'm doing cooking videos or putting Legos together. Or doing like random yard work. People are like, I love it. More of this. Or building a fire. I mean, I think, whatever. I mean, hey, listen, I want to hang out and party. Let's do it where everybody can enjoy themselves the most. But so Gym Buddies is where it all began. But now it's kind of expanded into several different things. But yeah, so Rob_Wiethoff on YouTube. And you'll know there are hundreds at this point of videos of me doing all kinds of who knows what.
Just like Rob tries things.
Yes. And I mean, I tell you what, and there are some special guest videos. Hopefully there will be more that I've been able to add to it. But yeah, Rob_Wiethoff. And then I guess I'm on Instagram as Rob_Wiethoff. And I'm not there really much at all anymore. Most of the stuff that I do is on YouTube. There is a fake. Somebody somehow hacked into my TikTok account, which was, I have the same username for every platform. It made it real simple. Rob_Wiethoff. Somebody hacked into that and took it. And TikTok's like, yeah, they got it, I guess. You can't have it back. I don't know what to do about it. I can't get it to come down. So I have another real. I think it's real.Rob Wiethoff on TikTok or something. If you find it, you'll know it's the right one. It's so stupid. I actually have seen recently that people put not real Rob Wiethoff TikTok account. And there's a bunch of followers. I think. Well, thank you. I mean, at least you've made it clear that it's not real. I mean, does anybody even read the names of these things? I don't know. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I don't do much on TikTok at all. So YouTube is where it's at for me now. Anyway, sorry.
All right.
You're good. All right.
guys-
Well, thank you for coming on with us.
Yes.
Thank you
It was
so
a great
much for
time.
having me. Really cool to talk with both of you. I'm glad you're both doing well, and I'm so excited to see what comes of all this. See more
Thank you.
guests, and
Yeah.
this is going to be awesome. I
Yeah,
love
it's
it.
gonna be
Well, thanks again
All
for
right.
having me. Enjoy the rest of your
Thanks
day.
for being here.
Yes, you guys.
You too.
Bye.
Take care.